Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his good friend, Mr. Stephen Dow. How are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm doing well, man. Hey, do me a favor, get that marketing thing out of the way because we're actually going to talk about our experience from a decade ago, but let's do the marketing thing first.
Okay. So again, although I work very happily for Velocity Mortgage Capital, all the ideas and topics discussed on this channel, that of my own. So let's get it going.
Yeah. So what I want to talk about here is, I don't know if it's a fun topic, but it's just kind of reality, right? We're going into an environment where unemployment's going to go up, real estate transactions are going down. And, some people are going to get caught in a situation where ultimately foreclosure is going to be a likely outcome. But what I want to talk about with you, because lots of channels are foreclosure, crash. What I just did today is I have another expert who added bonus material. I want my followers to realize that the real opportunity is going to be fishing in pre-foreclosures, right? So you and I go back to 2009, 10, 11. You were doing lots of short sales and foreclosures. And let's just remind people that a lot of stuff got foreclosed. Yes, undoubtedly, I bought a bunch, but a lot of opportunity is if you could get up front and negotiate something with pre-foreclosures. So just talk about that experience, because I think a lot of new investors think the only answer is I got to wait till foreclosure. And I got to tell you, the best of the best properties will never make it to foreclosure. You're going to have to pick them up pre-foreclosure.
Right. Well, there's different, I guess, tools to use as far as like a lease option to buy, where, again, if you're making the payments on the mortgage for at least 12 months, we as a lender see that as vested interest on the property. So now you could actually refinance in that capacity as far as ownership, and then kind of just take over without actually being foreclosed upon at that time. And then maybe, cash for keys kind of thing. Whatever kind of negotiating with the seller to kind of offset the derogatory credit hit as far as an actual foreclosure, and then still allow the buyer or investor to kind of come in, without competing against other people trying to pick that up in a short sale or an actual foreclosure sale. So there's all kinds of different tools or strategies, but I think I haven't gone into that added.
It was only added this morning, so you're not missing. Oh. It was added 10 minutes ago, so you're okay.
Oh, okay.
I just loaded it.
Good. Well, man, I just got through it, Mike. Oh, man.
Yeah.
No, but there's tons of other tools to utilize in this kind of environment, because it's coming, man. I've sat there and I was just sitting there this last go around going, man, if I was only positioned, if I didn't buy all those cars, if I didn't, have all those shoes, if I didn't, trust me, all those stuff. So this time around, I'm as liquid as I've ever been in my whole life. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of waiting because I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah. So I want to kind of walk people through the process. Again, this is high level. Again, I want to shout out Ty, who's been investing for 30 years, has had 2 goes around with pre-foreclosure. So Ty, thank you for creating this. Yay. What I want to talk about is basically this is the rough process, right? Mom and dad, homeowners sitting in a home for whatever reason. They don't make the payment. For the first 90 days, nothing really happens other than the bank calls you and blows you up. At the end of 90 days or 3 months, the bank has the ability, but doesn't have to file what's called an NOD, right? Notice of default.
Right.
Basically referencing your loan that you promised to pay and you haven't paid, and this is a legal filing. And then once the NOD is filed, which they don't have to, but they have the right to at day 91.
Correct.
A clock starts.
Correct.
Now, the clock starts and has different paces in different states. That's another thing that all these YouTube channels don't get, is a foreclosure in California is very different than Florida, very different than New York, right? Some go in front of a judge, some don't. It's just a whole mess.
Right.
But the clock starts, and, somewhere between 4 and 6 months, the end of that could be an actual foreclosure, which means the bank now owns the asset. The people have been removed. And then there's a sale at the trustee sale, right, on the courthouse steps or whatnot. So again,
generally speaking, unless somebody tries to file BK and
it's very
all
messy.
Those other moving parts, but yes, from the initial framework, correct. That's how to know the rules.
And what I want people to realize is a lot of YouTube channels are going to start talking about foreclosures and foreclosures going up. I want you to realize that between the NOD, notice of default, and some eventual foreclosure, which might be a year away, is what I call the pre-foreclosure process. Because once the NOD is filed, PropStream is a system that my team uses, and there's a trial that people can use. But anyways, there's a filing. You'll see it, and you could start marketing. If you're in the area, you can door knock. There's all kinds of things you could do. I have never done them, hence I didn't create it. That's why Ty gave you scripts, gave you all kinds of stuff. I think the biggest opportunity is in pre-foreclosures because everybody's going to wait for foreclosures. And again, the best properties and the best deals will be picked up in pre-foreclosure. So I just think there's like 6 or 9 months of real estate investor opportunity. What do you think?
I mean, at this point, that's where all the signs are pointing to, at least from what I recognize from the last time this happened. So, but I think I was sitting in a different position back then. You know, I had a mortgage company. I was worried about, you know, the crash in the market, no products to sell, just different situation. Now it's more like, woo, I can't wait, you know, kind of thing. Whereas before, like, oh, my whole world's falling, you know. So it's just different. But no, the opportunities are coming. It's just, you just got to be prepared. And so that's why I love being, you know, on this channel, because there's not a lot of just fear. It's just
it's opportunity,
inspiring, and just making sure that you're aware of what's possibly coming and what options are available. And then here's what you need to do to get prepared to take advantage. That's it. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Just do the work. So the other thing I want to touch on that is a word we've used that I don't know that I've defined on this channel is a short sale. Right. A short sale is it's kind of a combination, you know, lease option, all of this. Basically, in my opinion, tell me if I'm wrong. A short sale basically is an actual transaction,
right?
Where let's just say you owe 200, the bank agrees to take 150.
Right.
You're out, right? You're the seller. The bank takes the haircut. Everybody washes their hand. The bank washes their hands. You wash your hands. Now there's just another seller who has, you know, purchased it at 150, right?
Or buyer.
Whatever. So again, a short sale kind of, again, a lot of you are going to wait for foreclosures because all these channels and their mom's basement are talking about foreclosures. You need to get up in front of these people. You could buy an asset from somebody who's just in a bad spot for a discount in something called a short sale. So again, all this stuff is just added to the course. I am not an expert. I've only bought actual foreclosures. I did a couple of short sales, but they were basically done by an agent. So I have no direct experience. So I asked somebody to create it. It's now in there as of this morning. Again, get ready. As I've told you in the daily financial news, I need to add more tools. This is a tool I am adding, and I'm excited for it. Stephen, how can people find you if they want to reach out and ask questions? What's going on? How do you want them to do it?
Sure. On the finance side, at least it would be to sdow@velocitymortgage.com. Please, in the subject line, just put the acronym ORAAT so you can get past my firewall. Other than that, in the body of the email, brief description, what you're looking for. Property type would be great. Address would be even better. At least city and state, and then your mid-FICO score and the best number to reach you. And then 24 to 48 hours typically is how long it'll normally take for me to reach out. And then, kind of go from there.
Very cool, man. Thanks again.
Thank you.